Very well, for our next story, we cross over to the great county of Kwale, where the Water Ministry is having a busy Friday with the CS in Kisumu and the PS Fantas Kimoto accessing the Wanga Machame irrigation project in Lunga, Kwale County. My colleague Abdiaziz Hashim has been keeping tabs with what has been happening, and he now joins us from Kwale.
Well, indeed, we are coming to you live here from River Umba that powers the Wanga Machame irrigation scheme. And of course, this irrigation scheme is very expansive, over 1,000 acres in Kwale County. And of course, currently assessing the status of this irrigation scheme is none other than the State Department Principal Secretary of Irrigation, that is a CPA Fantas Kimotho, who will be joining us just right now to tell us about the status of this irrigation scheme and how many people is set to benefit. Let's converse with the PS. PS, kindly, we are live on KBC Channel 1. If you could stand here, PS, thank you so much. You are coming here to assess the Wanga Machame irrigation scheme. In terms of percentage, how would you equate it? Is it 98% complete or 100% complete?
The project is 98% complete. Yes.
And how many people are set to benefit from this project?
This project covers around 1,200, and on average, if each person has an acre, so we're talking about 1,200 people. Yeah.
And of course, PS, through your State Department as well as the government as a whole, you have been trying to expand the irrigation schemes across the country, such as this irrigation scheme. What are the farmers set to farm at the end of the day once this irrigation scheme is up and running?
This particular irrigation scheme, the main value chain is rice. But one season we do rice, the other season we do maize. Yeah. And an acre on average you expect to produce around 2.8 metric tons of rice. Yeah.
And in terms of the various irrigation schemes we have in the country, including this one, how crucial is this one to the others? This particular year, we have actually a target that is beginning July up to June next year. We have a target of completing 40,000 acres from the community irrigation schemes. So this already by itself gives us 1,200. We have many more, but in this particular county, this is very critical, especially in the State Department of Irrigation, because it addresses the issue of the rice value chain. As you know, currently we have a big deficit of rice. We're importing over 700,000 metric tons, and generally in this region, coastal region, we expect to reduce rice deficit by 40%, starting from the area of Tana River, where you have Bura irrigation scheme, where we intend to do an additional 40,000 acres. Then we have Hola, we also want to do an additional 10,000 acres, and also this Kwale County, this is one of them. We are doing 1,000, but we are still expanding. Yeah. And of course, in terms of receptiveness, how have people received it? Because you know, in Kwale County, people are fish farmers as well. So here, given that it's greener, people are farming. So how receptive are the people here in terms of this project?
In this particular area, people have actually been doing a lot of rice production. It's only that they occurred a small challenge when there were floods back in 2017, and the river kind of diverted. So what our engineers have actually done, one of the first steps, is actually to build the weir that you're seeing. This is called a weir, to try and train the river back to the farms, so that now the farmers can start producing. Otherwise, the area has been before, even for the last couple of years, the area has been an area that does very well in rice production and also maize production.
And in terms of job creations, how many people are we looking at?
On average, 1 acre creates around five jobs. So you're talking about 6,000 jobs, and also we're also talking about many more indirect jobs. Because now from this rice, the first thing that will happen, there'll be the transportation element. After that, there will be the processing element. The county has a small milling plant, but now with this production, the county is expected also to even buy a bigger milling plant. So there's a lot of value chain that comes way after that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So even in terms of job creation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Aside from that, given the transportation system, we've just witnessed even the roads are better here in accessing this part of the country. So in terms of the amenities that we are likely to see flocking here to the devolved unit because of this irrigation scheme, how vital will that be to the residents?
Yeah, first, of course, we'll also work closely with the county to open up the internal roads so that it can be easy transportation for the paddy. Then we also expected, because of the milling plant, there is also the issue of increasing the need for power, because now we'll need a bigger capacity
because of the milling plant will be a whole now production. Before, the milling plant did not have as high capacity as what will be expected, because here we're talking about nothing less than 3,000 metric tons in one season, and we'll be having like 2 seasons for the same. So that alone will create a very big economy. Also, we'll be able to see very many private investors come around just because of that. Again, when we mill, there's some other byproducts which also come along with that. So we're talking about things like livestock feeds. We're talking about the broken rights. So there are quite a number of other value chains. And also one thing that also we're going to do as a State Department of Irrigation, we are also going to take the farmers for a benchmarking tour in Ahero, so that they can also see in Ahero Moya, so they can also see how other farmers have been able to maximize the yield. Yeah, so some of them. We're also trying to engage an agronomist. We'll also be working closely with the county to bring extension officers. So some of the issues that we'll also be looking at. We're also talking with the National Irrigation Authority, which is a state department agency under us, who have the sole responsibility of producing quality seeds. So that also they can partner with the farmers here and give them quality seeds, so they can also get a high yield. Yeah.
Thank you so much, PS. That I wish we could have conversed more. The time is running out, but we'll talk to you later on. That is the Principal Secretary, State Department for Irrigation, CPA Fantas Kimotho, just telling us about the status update of this Wanga Machame irrigation system. You do know it will be very vital for the residents here in Lunga Lunga. And right now, I want to take you over all the way to Kisumu to our very own, that is Wycliffe, who is currently with the Cabinet Secretary for Water, that is Mr. Eric Muga. Over to you, Wycliffe, if you can hear me.